All right, we're going to do a full analyzation of the dating niche. I had someone reach out and ask me if this would be profitable for them and how competitive it is. So I want to show you guys exactly how I look at that as I go through it, right? So from the baseline. And I've been doing a lot of edited videos lately. I want to see how this video compares to that. So in the comments, let me know if you like this version better or if you like the edited versions better. So let's start with keywords first. Now, when I'm going to analyze a niche, the first thing I do is I just think of, if I'm in the niche, what type of things am I going to be searching for that has high buyer intent, right? Like if I'm just looking for dating advice, that's not good because I could be looking for anything in that case, right? And in many cases, someone searching for dating advice is not looking to buy. They're just looking for information. So we typically want to start with longer tail keywords that have more intent behind them. So a good one to start with in any niche is best, and then the name of the niche, and then you can start getting ideas from there, okay? So we see a lot of things for like best dating sites, best dating apps, best dating websites, best dating sites over 50. So now I'm just gonna type in sites, and the autofill is gonna kind of give me information of what people are searching for. These things that pop up here are now what people commonly search for. So I can really choose any of these and start digging in. So let's start with a lower search one. Best dating sites for young adults, and let's see what we see here. All right, so obviously the first few here are sponsored ads. We're seeing more and more of them. Reddit has really started to dominate lately. We see them at number 1 here, 2.4 million referring domains. I'm always looking at referring domains going to the domain and also the page ranking, in this case 1, but their domain authority is so high that page authority is a little more unrelevant in this case because they have such high domain authority. So number 2, we have CNET, 611,000 referring domains, 722 going to the page. We have Quora, 449,000 with 1 going to the page. We have MindBodyGreen, 67,000 with 78 going to the page. Now here's one. Here's a good one. So a guide for you for your 20s.com, 248 referring domains with 3 going to the page. So the first 4 I did not like, right? It's all really high authority, but what I see here is a site that I really like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to analyze this site a little bit. And I'm going to analyze it at the domain level because I want to see kind of what they're doing, what they're ranking for, how much traffic they get, and all that. So as we first pop this up, we see they have about 100 referring domains. They're ranking for about 143 keywords, and they're getting about 100 visitors per month estimated by, what they're ranking for in the estimated traffic. So that's obviously not exact traffic, but that is an estimation. Now what I want to do is kind of see what keywords are they ranking for. Now my guess is they're going to be ranking for keywords that are based around like, dating in your 20s and young adults and all that type of stuff, which is what we just searched for. So here's what we look: how to make friends in New York City in your 20s, dating sites for young adults, right? And all the same things here. How to meet people in your 20s. So why are they ranking for a lot of stuff like, dating sites for 20-year-olds, how to make friends in your 20s? Why are they ranking for this type of stuff? Well, because they have guide for your 20s in their domain name. I always tell you guys, keyword in domain is extremely important. Okay, it's the biggest on-page ranking factor there is, and it starts somewhat small when you don't have any links, but as you build links, the power of what's in your domain, the keyword in your domain, grows more and more and more. So as we can see from these guys right here, they rank for a lot of stuff that's like young adults, which has to do with in your 20s, right? And then a lot of stuff specifically for your 20s. How to make friends in New York City in your 20s. How to meet people in your 20s. How to make friends in your 20s. Dating sites for 20-year-olds. They're ranking for mostly these types of keywords because that's what's in their domain name. And Google is able to correlate your 20s with young adults. So that is why this site is ranking on page 1 with so many less referring domains for best dating sites for young adults. It's because they have a very relevant keyword at the domain level. Now, a lot of people will tell you that keywords in domain don't matter. That is total bullshit. Okay, it matters a lot, and it matters more and more as you build more links. So some people claim that, content is what got these people here. No, content is not what got them here. What got them here is having the right signals for Google. And one of the big signals is having the keyword in the domain, then building that power through links. Now let's go take a look at their backlinks. I just want to see what type of links they have. And usually I organize by domain rating or by domain traffic. Either one works. And look, their links aren't even that great, right? The highest link here is a DR73. So they don't have like the best links either. So that's pretty cool. But look at this, like some of their, I call it reverse sink or swim, a guide for your 20s. That's a good link there because, you know, it's talking about the 20s, going to their site about the 20s. So that's very good there. But overall, I mean, their links aren't great. They have some decent ones. Look, in your 20s, 6 things you should learn about when you reach your 20s, a guide for your 20s. So they have some pretty good links in here. Nothing crazy as far as like, you know, they don't have like Business Insider and like super high authority sites. So you could definitely rank for, you know, like the best dating sites for young adults. The problem is you're probably going to have to create a specific niche site more like this, right? Like a guide for your 20s or like dating in your 20s or dating as a young adult. And then you have to really concentrate on young adults and things that are very close to that. And we could get other ideas. I could show you how to do that in other videos. But generally, this probably wouldn't be worth it for most people. If we keep going down here for competition, you have 12,000 referring domains, 29 to the page, 5.9 million, 288 to the page. Saving the Student has 25,000, 86 to the page, and 162,000 with 6 to the page. So, and then Forbes, of course, which is huge as well, 1.4 million. So, yeah, we can get on the first page and we can rank for a site that has somewhat lower referring domains, but we're going to have to be more relevant at the domain level, and we're still going to have to build a good amount of backlinks. Like, even though they don't have the best backlinks here, you're still probably going to spend at least a few grand building these backlinks. So you have to determine, can you sell something that's going to make it profitable for you in the long run? Now, you could find certain affiliate programs that make it very profitable. I was in the dating niche a long time ago, and a lot of my commissions were from like selling like eHarmony and things like that, where I might make like $100, $200 per sale. So it could be somewhat profitable, but it'll be a little hard. Okay, you'd have to really like the dating niche, I would say. So let's dig a little deeper. Whenever I'm analyzing a niche, I always like to dig deeper. So let's go do another one. So I'm going to do dating sites 4. I'm going to leave a blank and it's going to give me some of the recommendations here. Let's do for serious relationships. That gets a little more searches, so we can see if the competition's the same, or, you know, this is a higher volume search term. So if we could get on the first page for this, it highly increases our chance of being worth it. All right, so let's scroll down here. First site I see is MindBodyGreen. We saw them in the first search. 67,000 referring domains with 78 going to the page. That's a lot of authority, right? 78 to the page is a good bit, and that's based off 76 or 67,000 at the domain level. So let's go to number 2, Quora again. Quora and Reddit have got a lot of love from the recent Google updates. 449,000 onto the page. Number 3 is Forbes, 1.4 million with 13 to the page. 31,000 with 1 to the page. We got Google ranking themselves. 3.2 million with 218 to the page. Then Reddit, of course, huge. CBS News, huge. Mashable, huge. Google's huge. Then the last site right here, we have Motivated to Marry. Okay, so they're on the first page. They only have 156 referring domains. Now, notice how different the authority is between this site and every site above it. I think the lowest amount of referring domains above this is 32,000. All right, yeah, 32,000 is the lowest above it. So let's just estimate and say these guys have 100. So basically, the next lowest referring domains is like 320 times higher than this one right here. 320 times the amount of links these guys have. How are they getting here? Well, they're relevant in the domain name, okay? Motivated to marry. Marrying has to do with a serious relationship. When you get married, it's pretty damn serious. I can tell you, I'm in a marriage. I can tell you it's pretty serious. It's the highest level of commitment, right? But now I want to go see, like, okay, these guys are ranking number 10 for this term with only 156 referring domains. They're probably not getting a ton of traffic from this. Are they getting traffic from other terms? Maybe this could make it worth it. And analyzing niche sites like this is a very good way to kind of do deeper research to see if a particular area of a niche is worth going into and kind of getting more granular with a specific niche like serious relationships or marriage. So let's go check this out. And let's go throw them in Ahrefs. And we're just going to do an overview first. All right, so they got 100 referring domains, as we know. They rank for 2,300 keywords, so they're ranking for more keywords than the first site. I already like this better. The traffic value, they're getting about 1,000 visitors per month with a higher traffic value, so that's a lot better. Again, they only have 100 referring domains. Now I want to go see what these guys are ranking for. So let's go to organic keywords. All right, so again, not surprising. What are they ranking for? Dating sites for married people. How long should you date before getting engaged, which has very, very closely tied to marriage. Dating apps for married people. Best dating app for marriage. Dating sites for marriage. Best dating apps for marriage. Relationship building activities for couples. Best dating sites for marriage, right? So basically, if I go type in MARR, the left side of my screen is going to light up like the 4th of July, because most of their keywords have to do with marriage. Why is that? Because they have Mary in their domain name. Their domain is about marriage. And as they've gotten more links, they've gotten more credit for marriage. So they can really build a lot of authority for any keyword around marriage, and they're going to be able to rank a lot easier for it. Again, these people who say that keyword and domain is not important have no idea what they are talking about. Okay, just these two examples shows it, and these are two random examples. And even the sites that don't have it lit up, look what this one's about. New relationship after divorce. Well, what's divorce very closely tied to? Marriage. Okay, and Google's able to identify this through through easy coding, that divorce and marriage are very closely tied. Same thing we saw up top, right? The second one, engagements very closely tied to marriage. Google's able to put those very close things together by some type of thing in the algorithm, right? So Google's able to tell very close things and kind of group them in specific categories, and anything that's very closely tied to marriage, like engagements or divorce, you're also going to rank easy for, but you're going to rank the easiest for the specific keyword you have in your domain name, which is marriage. And you see that as we scroll down, most of their keywords are about marriage, all right? So would this be worth it? Well, I mean, they are ranking for a good bit of keywords. This could be worth it. It depends on what their backlinks look like. If they had the same type of backlink portfolio as the site before, I say this would definitely be worth it, right? Because those backlinks we can easily get ourselves. We can go out and build those with SEO very easily. But, links like from Business Insider and things like that, we can't really build ourselves. So at least starting a brand new site would not be worth it for this particular keyword. But let's go see what they're working with, and I will tell you my plan. All right, so I'm going to organize by domain rating. Again, you can also organize by domain traffic, which is a good one. So the first link here is from yahoo.com. So they obviously have some authoritative links here. It's no follow, but it's still an authoritative link. I'd rather have it follow, but no follow still pulls some weight, and regardless of what people say. Second one, meetup.com, 92. Cosmopolitan, which is like a dating magazine or something like that, 89 as far as domain rating. Bustle.com, 89. These guys have some really strong links. So, although they only have 100 referring domains, they have some really strong ones in there. Can you go get links from Yahoo, Meetup, Cosmopolitan, Bustle? Not going to be easy. So don't expect to get in the same place with just 100 referring domains. If you're getting kind of like regular SEO links, it's going to take more juice there. If you follow my methods, you can get there with 100. If you have really good, what I call reverse sink or swim, I think you can get there with about 100 or so, maybe 150, 200 range. From there, you have to decide, is it worth it? Now, this is why I don't usually start with brand new sites, okay? Now, as we scroll down here, we see that they still have good links, still in the high 70s and 80s even as I scroll down to like the second screen here. So they have some really strong links. So in order to get in the same place with the same authority, you would need some pretty strong links in there, okay? The way you do that is through age domains, and that's why when I'm starting affiliate sites, I typically only start sites nowadays with age domains because authority has such a large part, plays such a large part in the algorithm. Now, there's people out there that'll say, well, you can do it without authority and all content. Very few people can, and a lot of the people who do end up falling off. They might rank for a little bit and then they drop off a cliff because they don't have the authority, right? They'll pump out a bunch of articles. They might get ranking for a little bit and then they fall off a cliff because they don't have the authority to back it up. Especially as you're pumping out more content, you should be getting tons of links in, and if you don't and you do rank in a rare case, well, then you're going to end up falling off because you don't have the authority to back up all that content that's going out there, which should be quality, which should be getting links, and you're going to fall off a cliff. And that's what happens a lot of the times from these guys who say that quality content is everything. You just need to create quality content. the best of the best will rank short term because they're pumping out a lot of quality content and it's hitting the right signals. But as they don't have the links to back it up, a lot of them will fall off a cliff. And I could show you examples of that if you wanted to see it. So that's where I would start with analyzing this. Is you have to analyze different terms. I'm gonna not go too much further, but I would probably keep doing this for a few more, and you can really dig deep. Now, after searching these first two, what I can tell is, so serious relationships is probably more the route I would go opposed to the first one, young adults, because there's more searches, and it seems like there's a lot more opportunity there. Now, I could keep digging deeper, right? I could keep going further and further and see, is there an even better one than that? And I'm sure there is, right? We could go to single moms, do the same thing. Let's take a quick look. So I'm not going to go as deep. Look, Mind Body Green ranking again. Reddit, Very Well Mind, Wealthy Single Mommy. But they still have 5,200 with 59 going to the page. That's still a lot of authority. Quora, DC Curb Mom, 4,000 with 0 to the page. Mashable, Elite Singles, and Google. So a lot of authority here. Notice the one with the lowest authority, 4,000 referring domains, with 0 going to the page, which is pretty low. Look what's in the domain name, mom, right? What's the term based around? Best dating sites for single moms. That's one of the reasons they're able to get there with lower authority, no links going to the page. They have mom in the domain names. There's another example right there. So when you're analyzing your niches, you need to do multiple search terms, like long tail searches that have high buyer intent, and start digging in. See what's on the first page. Out of all these searches, I would say the second we did for serious relationships is the best. Okay, that's the best of the three. But if I was really wanting to go in this niche, I would keep digging. I would do like 20 different search terms, even more maybe, and keep seeing what's on the first page. I would identify what's the best opportunity and then take it from there. You could start a new site. I don't really do that often anymore. What I would typically do is look for an age domain that's in the same category. So I would look for an age domain on marriage or serious relationships or something along that lines, divorce, even engagement, anything like that. I would look for a site that's somewhat strong with good links, and I would start my affiliate site from there because you're getting that head start. You could be ranking within a couple weeks if you find the right site. So that's what I would do in this particular case. When someone talks about going after the dating niche, I think some people are thinking about like attacking like the whole niche. This is a niche where you can't necessarily do that, right? Unless you're buying like a super, super powerful age domain, which is going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars, you're generally not going to be able to rank across the whole dating niche. Most, like 99.9% of people aren't going to be able to do it. You're going to have to more pinpoint lower areas of the dating niche, like subcategories of the dating niche, right? Like marriage, divorce, engagement, right? Like that's your category in this particular case, right? Or something about, we just search single moms, whatever for single, dating for single moms, divorce for single moms. Something like that where single moms is in your domain, or you have a more powerful domain that's somewhat related to that has mom in the domain. And that's the route you want to go, especially when you see a niche like this. So that's my analyzation of the dating niche. It's pretty competitive, but if you go into the sub niches and you use an age domain, you can do pretty well, and you can be pretty profitable if you go that route. If you're starting a brand new site, you can still be profitable, but it's going to take a lot more time and effort, and that's why I like to go the route of age domains, right? So that's kind of my analyzation of the dating niche. Remember, I've been doing a lot of videos that are a little more scripted, like half scripted, but highly edited. If you guys like this version better of the over-the-shoulder, where I'm kind of just going off the cuff, where there's no script at all, let me know in the comments, and I can start doing more of these types of videos. They're actually easier. They cost a lot less. They're pretty much free to make. So if you like these better, I would like to hear it. Or if you like the other version better, I want to hear that too, because I can still do those as well. Let me know, guys. Talk soon.